Hello viewers, today I'll show modeling of a simple mechanical component using SolidWorks. The component is known as knuckle joint. Let us see that object. This is the object, and for drawing these things we can have different planes. It will be easier to model that object if we select top plane. Initially we are planning to draw this semicircular part on the top plane, and we'll proceed left hand side, and finally after completing the left hand side we have to model that right hand side part, this one, and this part will be drawing on front plane, right? So let us start this one. You can see from the drawing that initially you have to draw two semicircles of radius 36 and radius 72. That means you can draw two circles of diameter 72 and 144. Let us draw it using SolidWorks. Initially we'll take part for starting a new drawing, and we'll select top plane normal to, and as I told before, we have to draw two circles of diameter 72 and 144. Initially we'll take two circles of any diameter, and from smart dimension that we provided as diameter 72 and 144, let us provide smart dimension as 72 millimeter, and the second one will be 144 millimeter. Done. Next one, from this one we have to proceed right hand side with a specific distance of 76 millimeter. From this center we have to move right hand side with a specific distance of 76 millimeter, and from this center we have to move left hand side with a specific distance of 294. That means 76 and 294 we have to move right side and left side. Let's start with lines. From here it will go right hand side 76 millimeter. You can take any dimension. Later on we can provide smart dimension to this one. Again it will go right hand side. Again from this small circle also it will go right hand side. Let us draw one center line from here. And at the extreme right hand side you have to make one vertical line. And you have to complete this one without any specific dimension. Now let us provide a smart dimension, and before that we have to make some relations. That means these two horizontal lines will be symmetric with respect to the central line. So we can select those specific lines. With control button we can select the bottom line also, and that center line we can select. All the three lines we have to provide some relations. That means two horizontal lines should be symmetric with respect to the central line. It is done. Accept this one with green check. Next one, we have to provide smart dimension to this one, right? So the distance is from here to here. This total distance is equal to 76 millimeter. Let us see that dimension again. It will be 76 from here, and from this point it will be 294. So smart dimension to this one we can provide. This is 76 millimeter. And this point to the extreme right hand side of this one, it will be 294 millimeter. Again the distance from here to here it will be 72 millimeter, right? As we are drawing from top plane, this distance should be 72 millimeter. It should be 72. and we can join this one. We can extend this part which will be touching this circle, right? Done. Next one, we can trim out unwanted entities. We have to have a closed object or closed drawing, so we can trim this out. We can trim this out. Exactly the same way, we can trim some unwanted entities here in this location. Okay, and it is a closed object. Now that to be extruded with a specific depth. Let us see how much should be extruded. That to be extruded with a depth of 72 millimeter, right? So we can extrude this one. Let us accept this drawing, and that to be extruded with a depth of 72 millimeter from the middle plane. Features, extrude boss base, and that to be extruded from the middle plane with a depth of 72 millimeter. Extruded. Accept this green check. This is accepted with green check. So the top part is done. Next one, we can see the drawing again, and we have to proceed on the left hand side for completing this part. You can see at the extreme left hand side, we have to provide one octagonal cross-sectional area, and that to be extruded in the right hand side direction. Okay, so let us make this part. Select the left view and start sketching on this one. Let us start with the polygon with 8 sides. Done. This octagon is done, right? Let us select the front view again. Now we have to produce some cut on the surface with a depth of 95 millimeter. Let us see the distance. Now we have to cut this one with a depth of 90 millimeter. Features, extrude cut, and here in this case, while extrude cut, we have to use flip side to cut. That means we have to cut sideways with a depth of 90 millimeter. We'll cut this one sideways with a depth of 90 millimeter. Accept this one with green check. It is cut. To view this one in a better way, we can have an isometric view of this one. Yeah, this is cut with a depth of 90 millimeter, right? Now the thing, if we see our model, that here at this location some kind of circular cut is there. Actually it will be cut in a circular way. So what can we do is, we'll select that specific plane again. Better to view this one from left hand side and select that specific plane here. Here we have to provide some kind of cut in round portion. So let us start a sketch from here. We'll draw one circle. Accept this drawing. Again, from features you have to cut sideways with a tapered angle. Features, extrude cut, and we have to cut sideways. Flip side to cut with a tapered angle. Let us point the angle to be 30 degree. Let us view this object as an isometric view, and it will be better to see how it will be cutting, right? The angle we can change it. Angle will make it 40 degree. Fine. Accept this one with green check. Now let us view this one from left hand side. It's perfectly done. Now one thing is remaining again. At this location you have to draw one circular portion with a depth of 60 millimeter, and the diameter is not provided. Diameter of this one will provide as 68 millimeter. right? Here we have to draw one circle, and that will be a cylindrical part. Let's draw a circle of diameter 68 millimeter. Smart dimension to this one as 68 millimeter. Done. Accept this drawing with green check. Next one, we have to provide a extrusion depth of 60 millimeter. Features: extrude boss base, that to be extruded with a depth of 60 millimeter. And for viewing this one, we'll see the front plane. And the extrusion depth should be 60 millimeter. Done. Accept this one with green check. We'll view this one as an isometric view. Okay, fine. Again, same thing. That means at this location you have to provide some kind of round cut sideways. Let us see the drawing. You have to provide some kind of round cut at this location. So we'll proceed with the same method what we did before. We have to select that space and we have to draw a circle at this location, and that will cut sideways with a tapered angle, right? So we'll select the depth view, and at this location we have to draw one circle, right? For drawing the circle, we'll use some option known as convert entity. We need not draw the circle again. We'll select that plane. The plane is already selected. Now on that plane we have to use the previous sketch, and that to be considered as convert entities. The previous sketch is selected, convert entities. The same circle we have drawn here, and that to be cut sideways with a specific tapered angle. So features: extrude cut, that to be cut sideways with a tapered angle of 40 degree. Now we can see this from different angle. Let us view this one as an isometric view. Then you can see this cut in a better way. The angle we can provide here, it is 30 degree. Accept this one with green check. It's done, right? So the left part is done. Now let us see the drawing. Right hand side, it is suggested to have the front plane and draw two circles of diameter 60 and 120 millimeter at this extreme right hand side. Okay, so we select specific plane. It will be front plane and normal too. Here at this location we have to draw two circles of diameter 60 and 120 millimeter. We'll select the center position of the circles with center lines. Another center line is needed to get the center location. Now this is the center location. At this location we have to draw two circles of diameter 60 and 120 millimeter, and that to be extruded with a depth of 44 plus 44 is 88 plus 72. It is 160 millimeter from the middle plane. So we need to draw two circles of diameter 60 and 120, and that to be extruded from middle plane with a depth of 160 millimeter. Let us draw two circles of any dimension, and that to be provided is smart dimension as 60 millimeter and 120 millimeter. The inner one is having diameter 60 millimeter. Done. And the bigger one will be 120 millimeter. Done. Accept this drawing with the green check, and that to be extruded with a depth of 160 millimeter from the middle plane. For seeing the extrusion depth, we can rotate this one and we can see isometric view and extrude that two concentric cycles with a depth of 160 millimeter. Features: extrude boss base, and the depth of extrusion should be 160 millimeter from the middle plane. Done. Accept this one with green check. Fine. You see here some unwanted portion is there, and that to be trimmed out, right? So for trimming this unwanted portion, again we'll use the command known as convert entities. That means we need not draw the previous circle. That circle will be drawn again by using the convert entities. So we'll select the front end, selected, sketch. Now we have to go back to the previous command. That means what we drawn before. Previous sketches selected, convert entities. Now both the circles have been drawn, but we don't want the bigger one. Let us trim that bigger circle, and we want the inner circle one only. The bigger circle is trimmed out. Accept this drawing. That we cut in both ways. Features, extrude cut, and we can cut this one with a different option known as through all both. Accept this one with green check. This cut, right? Now another thing is remaining. Top side, you have to provide some kind of cut here, right? Let us see our drawing. We need to have a cut section at the top side. For doing this one, what we'll do is we'll select the top 10 again, and using convert entities, we'll draw the previous sketch and remove the unwanted entities, and that will be extruded cut. Okay, so let us select the top 10, sketch. Now we'll go back to the previous sketch, select that previous sketch, convert entities. The previous sketch is drawn. Now the thing is unwanted entities to be deleted. You can trim the unwanted entities. These things are not needed. Even this one also not needed. We need to have specific lines only. Done. Now this part we can complete. We can take this one outside side also, no issues at all. So this is a closed drawing, and that to be cut, right? That to be cut out from this object. You can see the isometric view, and that to be cut out from middle plane in both directions. Features, extrude cut, and we have to cut in both directions, so through all both. You can check the model is made, right? This is the model, you see. Now to have a better look, we can put some color to this one. Appearance, and you can provide metallic appearance. Let us make this one with brush, polish brush. And to have a better look, we can change the background appearance also. Let us make it very white. So this is the model, right? You can see it. This is a knuckle joint. This is a very important drawing for mechanical engineers. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again.